Hello and welcome to the Pro Wrestling Personified podcast. I'm your host, Louis Carlin, and we're part of the Tapped Out Wrestling Podcast Network. And this is the New Japan Pro Wrestling Ring of Honor edition of the Pro Wrestling Personified podcast. And I just have to let everyone know that so much wrestling again this week with Impact Wrestling in New Japan, and I was out, had to spend time with the family, this week. I wasn't able to see Ring of Honor TV this week, so I do apologize for that. I won't be able to talk about it, but I do have a hell of a lot of New Japan Pro Wrestling to talk about. They're right smack in the middle of the New Japan Cup. And we had like 4 shows this week. It's just been an extremely long week for New Japan Pro Wrestling. But there have been some absolutely freaking phenomenal matches in the New Japan Cup, and we're going to talk about them. There was like 4 or 5 cards, and I'm sorry, but I'm not going to review each one match by match. So that's not what I'm going to do. And I have like almost 12 pages here of notes for New Japan Pro Wrestling. But before we start with New Japan, let's I know it's the Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling Ring of Honor edition of the podcast. Just a little bit of Ring of Honor news, and I do apologize that I wasn't able to talk about Ring of Honor this week. But huge match signed for Supercard of Honor 12. Tomohiro Ishii, the Stone Pitbull, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii, will be taking on Punishment Martinez at Supercard of Honor 12. That is going to be one hell of a match. Ishii is not that tall. Punishment Martinez is 6'7", but Ishii's the Stone Pitbull. So this is going to be a crazy hard-hitting match between both wrestlers. I can't wait for that. That's going to be freaking. And I was hoping I knew Ishii was coming, and I was hoping it was going to be either Punishment Martinez or Shane Taylor. And we're getting Punishment Martinez. So that should be a tremendous match. But there are 7 matches announced. And, of course, Cody versus Kenny Omega. Dalton Castle defending the Ring of Honor World Championship against Marty Scurll. Kelly Klein or Mayu Iwatani versus Sumi Sakai or Tennille Dashwood to determine the first ever Women of Honor champion. It's going to be Kelly Klein, no questions asked there. Hangman Page, Adam Page will be taking on Kota Ibushi, which should be another phenomenal match. SoCal Uncensored, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky will be defending their Ring of Honor World 6-Man Tag Team Championship against the Young Bucks and Flip Gordon. So I'm looking for the Young Bucks and Flip Gordon to take the title there. Of course, Tomohiro Ishii against Punishment Martinez. Then you got Kenny King in a last man standing match for the Ring of Honor World Television title against Austin Aries. No, I'm kidding. It's against Silas Young. That'd be awesome if it was Austin Aries. But no, he's taking on Silas Young. I expect Silas Young to win that. I don't know. I expect him to win the Ring of Honor TV title back. I don't know if Austin Aries is going to get a shot or not. It was interesting to see him at his 16th anniversary last week, but I don't know. We'll see. See what happens. And those are 7 matches. I don't know if there will be any more matches announced, but those are the 7 matches so far that have been announced for Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor 12, which is going to be April 7th in New Orleans at the Uno Lakefront Arena. So there you have it. And I do apologize again. I didn't get to watch Ring of Honor TV, but like I said, we got a hell of a lot of New Japan to talk about, and I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. I can't talk about every single match. So we had the New Japan Cup. Let's go to night 3, which was March 11th. So just results. Yuki Nagata and Tomoyuki Oka defeated Ren Narita and Tatsuhiro Yagi. Desperado defeated Shota Umino. The Bullet Club defeated Toa Hanare, David Finlay, Juice Robinson, and Michael Elgin. And let's just what I'm going to do is let's just talk about the New Japan Cup matches for this one. The first round match, first match was Kota Ibushi taking on Yoshihashi, and let me tell you, this was such a good match. Such an incredible match. Great back and forth action between Kota Ibushi and Yoshihashi. Kota Ibushi is my pick to win the New Japan Cup. Great match. The crowd was absolutely electric for Kota Ibushi. It was a great baby face. Yoshihashi hit some solid moves, some big moves. Just couldn't put away Kota Ibushi, and finally Kota Ibushi. So the near falls were crazy. They were super near. But finally Ibushi hits a knee strike at the end for the win. But we had a great closing stretch. But tremendous match. Kota Ibushi and Yoshihashi, just two superstars. This was just a tremendous match. And again, this is why I love New Japan Pro Wrestling. Every match is this New Japan. Every match could be tremendous. Every wrestler could be a main event star. I just absolutely love New Japan Pro Wrestling. So that was the first round match, and the second first round match was Zack Sabre Jr. Versus Tetsuya Naito from Los Ingobernables de Japan. I wanted Naito to win this one pretty badly, but that didn't happen. Zack Sabre Jr. did win the match. He tapped out Tetsuya Naito. This was another great match, completely different from Kota Ibushi and Yoshihashi. Zack Sabre Jr., what a freaking phenomenal technical wrestler that guy is. And he could wrap you up in so many different ways and force a submission, and that's what it was. He just kept wrapping up Naito, and Naito kept reaching the ropes, and finally at the end he locked him up in this just incredible freaking submission hold. This just incredible, and held him there for a while, and finally he gave up. He was reaching for the ropes, Naito. He couldn't get to the ropes. He's screaming. Finally, he just gave up, and the match was over. But another outstanding match, another outstanding first round match between Sabre Jr. and Naito. It gave Sabre Jr. a huge win as well, because he's going to go far, as you'll see. So it gave a really big win against Naito. But tremendous match, and again, completely different from Ibushi and Yoshihashi. But tremendous. These two matches were absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. Then we go to March 12th, which was day 4. Just going to go with Davey Boy Smith took on Toru Yano. Toru Yano wins the match. The match was okay. This match was nothing compared to the two matches on the 11th. But this match was okay. Toru Yano wins by countout. Yano's more of a comedy relief guy. I was kind of surprised that he won. It was a little decent down the stretch, but other than that, it was an okay match. But Toru Yano wins by countout, so he moves on to the quarterfinals. Then we had Sanada against Chucky T, which was a really good match as well. I didn't think there was any chance in hell that Chucky T, who was basically a replacement for Beretta being injured, so Chucky T took his spot. I didn't think there was any chance in hell that Chucky T was going to beat Sanada, and he didn't beat Sanada. Sanada won the match, but Chucky T, made it into a match, and it turned out to be a really good main event match, and he had some good spots, really good spots on Sanada, but Sanada is such a tremendous athlete, and there was no way he was going to lose to Chucky T. And he didn't here, and he won the match. He locked on the skull end. Chucky T starts losing it, and Sanada goes to the top rope and moonsaults and finishes the match. But really good main event here. Like I said, Sanada is in a league by himself, and what can you say? What can you say about Sanada? He's just a special talent, and you gotta hand it to Chucky T. He did really well here. He made it into a really good main event match, but he wasn't beating Sanada. Not a chance of beating Sanada, and he didn't. He didn't beat Sanada. And Sanada moves on to the quarterfinals to take on. So as we stood from at this point, it was going to be Sanada against Toru Yano, and then Kota Ibushi versus Zack Sabre Jr. In the quarterfinals. So those were 2 quarterfinal matches there. And then on the 14th, and I'll go over this whole card. Might as well go over a whole card, right? So we have on the 14th the big show. So first match we had the IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions Desperado and Yoshinobu Kanemaru taking on Tetsuhiro Yagi and Rasuke Taguchi. Mr. Hip Attack. That's all he does. Taguchi, all he does is he hits you with the hip attack. But it was a solid opening match. I love the Young Lions. Anytime one of the Young Lions are in the ring, I'm a fan of it. There are so many. In this case, it was Yagi, Tetsuhiro Yagi. So we had really good solid action here. Really good near falls, but Desperado locks on a submission and gets the win for his team. He taps out Yagi, and that seems to always be the case with the Young Lions. If they're on a team, they're the ones that are going to take the loss because they're earning their stripes right now. So Yagi gets tapped out by Desperado, and Desperado and Kanemaru. I don't think this was a title match. I think it was a non-title match, but they win the match. The IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions win the match. But I love these Young Lions. I love the way they do it with the Young Lions. And I know I touched upon it before, but there are so many, and there were a few in the next match as well. Match 2, Shota Umino, Tomoyuki Oka, and their partner Yugi Nagata, who's not a Young Lion, by the way. So Oka and Umino are the Young Lions in this case, and they're taking on Toa Hanare, who I absolutely love. Great, there's a future superstar there. Ren Narita, who is a Young Lion, and David Finlay, who is another tremendous star for New Japan Pro Wrestling. And now the Young Lions, as I pointed out, the Young Lions are these up-and-coming wrestlers that are still learning in the dojo. And they act as seconds when they're not wrestling, so they're like cornermen. They surround the ring, and they a wrestler is hurt, they'll bring in an ice pack. They'll keep the fans away. So that's what they have to. That's what they do. But in the ring, they bring the freaking fire. They are fired up, these Young Lions, and they don't have any characters yet. They just come in with just the black trunks and the black boots, if they're good enough, they'll go on an excursion to another country. They're like the U.S. or Mexico. But right now, Umino, I think Shota Umino and Ren Narita right now probably would be my 2 favorite Young Lions. And this second match was a really, really good match as well. I really enjoyed the match because of who was involved. You have Umino, Oka, Nagata, Toa Hanare, Ren Narita, David Finlay, 6 stars. Well, 1, 2, 3 Young Lions and 3 stars, and it was a good mixture. And I tell you, the Young Lions, like I said, they always bring the fire, and they had good back and forth action in this match. And Umino is something special. Shota Umino is a really special talent, and I think he's going to get picked to go on excursion soon because he's really good. Even though he did take the loss for the team. Hanare, was it Shota or no Umino? Yeah, so Toa Hanare wins it for his team. He hits a Samoan drop on Umino. And I was really glad to see Toa Hanare get a win here. He's another young stud. wouldn't call him a young lion. I think he's past that stage, but another young stud here. He's been taking a lot of losses lately, and it's good to see him get a win here for his team. Thought Philly might get the win, but no, I'm glad to see Toa Hanare come away with the victory for his team here. But really, really good back and forth action. Shota Umino is actually the son of Red Shoes. Red Shoes probably one of the best referees in the world. He refs the main event matches. But great stuff here. And then match three, we had the Killer Elite Squad, Lance Archer and Davey Boy Smith, taking on Tangaloa, replacing the injured Hikuleo, and Yujiro Tanahashi, the Tokyo Pimp. This was a good match. Gonna say good back and forth action here, but in the end, Killer Elite Squad, they hit the Killer Bomb on Yujiro. They hit the Killer Bomb. They hit the Killer Bomb on Tanahashi for the win. Was a good match. Nothing really. Wasn't a tremendous match, but Yujiro did get a hot tag, and he hit a flurry of offense during the match. But in the end, like I said, Killer Elite Squad, Lance Archer and Davey Boy Smith hit the Killer Bomb on Yujiro Tanahashi for the win. Match 4, we have Zack Sabre Jr. and Taka Michinoku taking on Chase Owens and Kota Ibushi, kind of giving us a little preview of their match. I'm just looking at my notes. So we've got a solid match. Just a little preview of their quarterfinal match, Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr. And I want to say that Zack Sabre Jr. and Kota Ibushi, two wrestlers that turned down the WWF and have wisely done so. Very wise decision in turning down the WWE. I call them the WWF, sorry. It's the WWE. They turned down the WWE. They were both in the Cruiserweight Classic, and they both wisely turned them down because they're doing much better in New Japan Pro Wrestling and all around the world. But they start the match. But we get a solid match. It was just a preview of their quarterfinal match. I'll tell you, Owens and Ibushi, Chase Owens and Kota Ibushi have become a really fun tag team. They become a really fun tag team. I know you have the Golden Lovers, Ibushi and Kenny Omega, but maybe this could be the Golden Lovers Jr. or something. I don't know, but they're a really good tag team, Owens and Ibushi. But it was a good match, good back and forth action here. Chase Owens does hit the package pile driver on Taka Michinoku to win the match for his team. The crowd was a little quiet for this match, though. From what I remember, the crowd was a little quiet. I know they were electric for Ibushi 2 nights before, but this match they were kind of quiet. But we got a decent tag team match. Got a good little preview of Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr. And Owens, who had to tap out a few times to Okada's Cobra Clutch, gets the win here. So it was a good match. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy with this match, and I know I'm happy because I enjoyed the match. Next match on this card, we get Tomohiro Ishii and Toru Yano and Chucky T taking on Bushi, Sanada, and Tetsuya Naito. And match was okay. Nothing special. It was almost like they were tired and they wanted to take the night off or something. So nothing special. So I'm just going to say Tomohiro Ishii, Toru Yano, and Chucky T defeated Bushi, Sanada, and Tetsuya Naito. Yano pulled the shirt over Bushi's head, cradled him for the win for his team, and that's all I got to say about that match. Was okay. Nothing special about that match. We move on to match 6, which was Yoshihashi, the never openweight champion, Hiroki Goto, and of course the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, Kazuchika Okada, taking on Taichi, Takahashi Iizuka, or Izuka, I don't think you pronounce the U, and Minoru Suzuki. And I'll tell you, I really wanted to see Suzuki in the ring with Okada, and we got it. But this match, we did get the encounter I was looking for with Okada in it, but I was hoping for a great encounter between the two, but it was okay. There's nothing special. Again, nothing special about this match. It was okay. Again, you know, I was thinking, wow, 2 matches in a row, two New Japan Pro Wrestling matches in a row that were just okay. Again, it was like I don't know, it was tiresome match. Izuka, I'm not a fan of Izuka. I don't like Izuka. Not a big fan of him. I know he's the resident wild man, walks around biting feet, and he's got the iron claw, whatever. I just not a fan of his. It was okay. Okada puts the Cobra Clutch on Izuka. Or Izuka. I think it's Izuka. I know Asuka, you don't pronounce the U, so I think it's without the U. So he puts the Cobra Clutch on Izuka, and Izuka gives up, and Yoshihashi, Hiroki Goto, and Kazuchika Okada defeat Suzuki Gun, Taichi Takashi Izuka, and Minoru Suzuki. And I know they're really pushing this Cobra Clutch as Okada's new finisher. Usually it's the Rainmaker, but they're pushing the Cobra Clutch. He's been winning these tag team matches with the Cobra Clutch, making people give up. So they see if it catches on. Maybe they could bring in Sergeant Slaughter, and we could have Okada challenge Sergeant Slaughter to see who does the best Cobra Clutch. They have a Cobra Clutch challenge. Sergeant Slaughter versus Kazuchika Okada. But yeah, no, match was okay. But Chaos is victorious over Suzuki Gun in this one. Okay, what else do we have? What else we got here? Match 7 was the first quarterfinal match. Was Juice Robinson taking on Michael Elgin, and this was the best match on the show thus far, without a doubt. This was the match that made up for the last 2 matches that were on the card. So Juice Robinson, Michael Elgin, tremendous back and forth action. Elgin hitting some massive power moves on Juice Robinson, and Juice Robinson, you know, formerly TJ Parker of NXT, he also left the WWE, the WWE umbrella. It's gone to New Japan. Best move he ever made in his life, because he's tremendous here. He's really over with the crowd. The crowd loves Juice Robinson. He's a great babyface here. And Elgin couldn't put him away. Tried to put him away, couldn't do it. He hit some, like I said, some really huge moves. Elgin, end of the match, Elgin picks him up. He connects with a buckle bomb on Juice Robinson. He goes for the Elgin bomb, but Juice counters and cradles Elgin and steals the victory, so to speak, from Michael Elgin. So Juice Robinson moves on to the semifinal by defeating Michael Elgin in a tremendous match between 2 stars of New Japan Pro Wrestling. And after the match, Michael Elgin does the right thing. He raises the hand of Juice Robinson. They hug it out, and Juice Robinson moves on, and Michael Elgin, he's out of the tournament. And then the second quarterfinal match on the card was Bad Luck Fale taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi. And this was also another very good match. Tanahashi, the story here was Tanahashi trying to overcome the much larger Bad Luck Fale. the monster Fale, and Fale dominated in the early going. Good match. Tanahashi making his comeback. Hit some good offense on Fale. He survived Fale's big moves. Really, really good back and forth action. Tanahashi looked really, really good here. I know he's been injured in the past, but it looks like he's over those injuries, because he looked really, really good in this match. They ended up outside the ring, and Bad Luck Fale winds up there. They're brawling outside the ring. Tanahashi sends Bad Luck Fale over the barricade while they're outside brawling. Jumps back into the ring, and Bad Luck Fale gets counted out, and Hiroshi Tanahashi moves on, and Bad Luck Fale is out. So Hiroshi Tanahashi moves on to the semifinals against Juice Robinson, and this protects Bad Luck Fale as well. He doesn't take the pinfall loss. He gets counted out, and Hiroshi Tanahashi moves on. He moves on to the semifinals, like I said, against Juice Robinson. And I'll tell you, man, the fans go absolutely crazy for Hiroshi Tanahashi. When that referee counted to 20, because in Japan you have a count of 20 to get back. When he hit 20 and Tanahashi's in the ring and Fale gets counted out, the fans just went nuts. Because Tanahashi looks like a freaking movie star. The guy is so freaking handsome. He's a stud. If I was a woman, I'd want Hiroshi Tanahashi as a boyfriend. But no, he's just tremendous looking. It's great looks. The crowd loves him, and he's in the ring and he does his air guitar thing, and great stuff. Great match. So we have our first semifinal match. Juice Robinson against Hiroshi Tanahashi. And then let's go to the next quarterfinal matches, which was on March 15th. I'm gonna run down the card for March 16th. So March 15th. Let's just go over the quarterfinal matches for that. The two quarterfinal matches that took place at Korakuen Hall March 15th for the New Japan Cup. Alright, this was day 7 of the New Japan Cup. So quarterfinal match. The first quarterfinal match, day 7, we had Sanada taking on Toru Yano. And again, no way in hell Toru Yano is going to defeat Sanada. And I was right. And they kept the match short, which was the right thing to do. It was okay. There's nothing tremendous about this match. But Sanada does win he locks his skull in, and Toru Yano taps out, and Sanada does advance as expected. It had some decent, good back and forth action. Sanada began the match actually with a rolling cradle. It gets Yano in a cradle hold, and he just rolls around the ring, which is it's kind of a weird move, but he just rolls around the ring with him. And Yano's a comedy act, like I said. He's a comedy relief. He did his best in this match, but Sanada does win and taps out Toru Yano to advance, as expected. But post-match, Sanada Paradise locks Toru Yano, the referee, and a young lion, I think it's Yagi, was a young lion who got Paradise Lock. The Paradise Lock is he wraps you up in the ring, and you're in this lock, and you can't break free. Like, you're on your knees, and you're in a kneeling position, and your arms are locked into your legs, and you can't get out of it until he drop kicks you in the ass, basically. So that's Paradise Lock. So he went on a Paradise Lock frenzy and started Paradise Locking everybody before he left. I don't know why he was so mad. I mean, he won the match. So nothing for him to be mad about. But like I said, there's no chance in hell that Sanada was going to lose. And I was right. He beat Toru Yano rather easily. And then the next quarterfinal match on day 7, March 15th, Korakuen Hall. Kota Ibushi taking on Zack Sabre Jr. and I was rooting for Ibushi just like the fans were. And the fans were solidly behind Kota Ibushi in this one. And this was an absolutely freaking phenomenally, tremendously great main event match between Kota Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr. Oh my gosh, this match was so freaking good. Just Kota Ibushi is so wonderfully talented, as is Zack Sabre Jr., and they both put on an absolute clinic, 5-star match, without a doubt, in my opinion. 5-star match, so damn good, terrific back and forth action. Zack Sabre Jr. is such a terrific technical wrestler. He's a submission freaking machine. He could tap you out any way. Both guys worked so freaking well in this match. The action was absolutely unbelievable. Zack Sabre Jr. locks on a couple of submission holds. He can't get Ibushi to tap out. Ibushi hits some big moves like a power slam, a wrist clutch suplex. Just tremendous stuff. Just great back and forth action. The kicks by Ibushi. He hits a huge lariat on Zack Sabre Jr. They traded strikes as well, which was tremendous. Just one of the matches that you absolutely have to see to believe. Just an absolutely must-see match between Kota Ibushi against Zack Sabre Jr. I would say this match and Michael Elgin versus Tomohiro Ishii are my two favorite matches so far in the New Japan Cup. And I'll tell you, I wanted Ibushi was my pick to win. I wanted him to win so badly. I wanted to see Ibushi challenge Okada for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, and I was so disappointed when the referee, Zack Sabre Jr., had him in this cradle submission. He locked on a submission hold, and he had it there, had it on for some time. Ibushi wasn't giving up, but Red Shoes was the referee, Shota Umino's father, stopped the match because Ibushi couldn't do anything. He couldn't fight back. He was just locked in the submission hold by the technical wizard, Zack Sabre Jr., the submission machine, Zack Sabre Jr. And the referee stopped the match, and the crowd moaned, and I moaned. I was like, no, I wanted Ibushi to win so bad. But outstanding match. I can't say enough of just how outstanding this match was. Again, if you have a chance to see one match during the New Japan Cup, either this one, Kota Ibushi versus Zack Sabre Jr., or Tomohiro Ishii against Michael Elgin. And we're only at the semifinals now. Now we're going to see Zack Sabre Jr. against Sanada, which is going to be absolutely sick. It's going to be absolutely sick. An absolutely sick match between Zack Sabre Jr. and Sanada. Wow. You know, and I know we still have some matches to go, and I mentioned two must-see matches. I can't wait for Zack Sabre Jr. against Sanada. That's going to be absolutely crazy. It's going to be crazy. My pick now to win it, I'm going to go with Zack Sabre Jr. I think Zack Sabre Jr. is going to win this whole tournament, and we're going to see him challenge Okada for the IWGP World Championship. Either that or Sanada is going to win. Tanahashi, I don't know. But anyway, let's go on to March 16th. It's the last show that I saw, and then we'll wrap this up. How are we doing on time here? Oh, we're not doing too bad. Okay, so let's go to the 16th. Of course, the semifinal match we have Hiroshi Tanahashi against Juice Robinson, but we'll get to that match. Let's run down the whole card. We'll talk about the whole card here. So it was match one. I'm laughing because I want to get to match 2 because there was some great heel work in match 2 by Lance Archer. But let's go into match 1. Match 1 was Tanga Loa and Yujiro Takahashi taking on the Young Lions, Tetsuhiro Yagi and Tomoyuki Oka. So of course the Young Lions in the ring, like I said, they always bring the fire. They're always fun to watch. Oka is another one of my favorites as well. They go in, you always hope that the Young Lions actually win the match, but you know that the Young Lions, their job is to lose right now, so it was a really, really good opener, solid opening match. But of course, in the end, the Young Lions, even though I was pulling for them to win, they didn't pull out a victory as Yujiro Tanahashi hits a Fisherman Buster on Oka, and then he hits a short angle DDT for the win on Tomoyuki Oka. So Tanga Loa, again, filling in for Hikuleo, who has been out with an injury, and Yujiro Takahashi defeat Tetsuhiro Yagi and Tomoyuki Oka, 2 of the Young Lions. And I want to see the Young Lions win. I love the Young Lions, but unfortunately, they fell short again. And one of the best Young Lions, Katsuya Kitamura, he's out with a concussion. I'm not sure when he's coming back. Hopefully he'll be back soon. One of my favorite Young Lions as well. I love all the Young Lions. I love them all. Okay, I'll put it that. They're very exciting to watch. And then in match 2, give me 1 second. I need a drink of water. Then we'll talk about match 2. Match 2 was another one of my favorite Young Lions, Shota Umino, David Finlay, and Michael Elgin taking on Lance Archer, Davey Boy Smith, the Killer Elite Squad, and Tai Chi. So of course I feel bad because Umino is in the match and he's a Young Lion, so you know he's going to take the loss for the team. And he did. He took the loss for the team. But this was a very, really good match. Solid match. Again, using that word a lot. Use that word. I say that word a lot. And when I'm watching Impact Wrestling now, that word comes up as well. But this was a really good match. Really good. Really good action in this match. Finlay and Elgin are really good, but Shota Umino as well. They're one of the best Young Lions out there. But of course, his job is to take the loss for his team, and he did. Tai Chi super kicks. It's a big super kick on Shota Umino late in the match to get the victory. But the story here, and I'm gonna talk about is Lance Archer. Lance Archer is a tremendous heel, and he did some tremendous heel work here. He made a poor little kid cry. There's a little kid at ringside with his looked like his grandfather, but could be his father, sitting on his dad's lap. Lance Archer sees this. And Lance Archer goes over to the kid and starts making these faces, and the kid starts to cry. And I feel bad. He's making the kid cry, and then he leaves the kid, which was fine. But after the match was over, Lance Archer attacked one of the Young Lions who were outside the ring, Red Narita. So he chokeslammed Red Narita. As I explained earlier, the Young Lions, they're seconds. They're around ringside to, I guess to watch the action in case somebody gets hurt or to keep the fans back, and to take punishment as well, which Red Narita did here. He took a choke slam, I believe, from Archer. Then Lance Archer goes back to that same kid and makes him cry again. And the crowd boos. The crowd is hissing. The crowd hates it. But I'm looking at it. I'm like, I feel bad for the kid crying because it's been a 3-year-old kid. But Lance Archer, his heel work, he was playing the heel, and he did such a great job, and absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved it. You don't really see that much anymore because you have like take Triple H, for example, playing heel, and a kid gets scared. Triple H, I've seen video, Triple H go over to the kid saying, it's okay, it's not real, it's professional wrestling, or sports entertainment, I should say. It's not real, it's okay, you okay? Yeah, let me tell you what, I'll take you to the back and I'll get you a stuffed WWE bear or something, make you feel better. Don't cry, kid, everything's okay. That's what Triple H says. But Lance Archer, no, he goes back to the kid, you think he's going to go apologize, but no, he makes the kid cry again. He scares the kid twice, and that kid will never, ever forget who Lance Archer is. Great work by Lance Archer. Absolutely loved it. Great stuff by Lance Archer. Made me a big fan of the Killer Elite Squad and Lance Archer. So good stuff there by Lance Archer. And match three, we have Toru Yano and Tomohiro Ishii taking on Toa Hanare and Togi Makabe, making his return after being injured by Minoru Suzuki in their match 2 weeks ago at the 46th anniversary show. And anytime Hanare and Ishii get together, it's fun. It's fun to watch them. It's fun to watch them get together. Their interactions they plaster each other and they just pound each other and they stiff shots and just fun watching them together. They're developing a good little feud there. I love to see them go one-on-one. It's so fun when they get together, and this was a good match. It's a really good match. Tomohiro Ishii is an absolute stud. Great wrestler, and Toa Hanare is, like I said, he's a future star. But we got good back and forth action here. But Ishii does hit a brainbuster on Toa Hanare for the victory. So Toru Yano and Tomohiro Ishii defeat Toa Hanare and Togi Makabe in a really, really good match. And like I said, the story is always Toa Hanare and Tomohiro Ishii. We'd love to see them go one-on-one. Great stuff here as well. And Toru Yano and Tomohiro Ishii, I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually get a title shot. I know I touched upon it a few weeks back, but I think they're building them up as title contenders for when Evil comes back. Sanada and Evil are the current IWGP heavyweight tag team champions. I think they're building up Ishii and Toru Yano as the next contenders for that tag team title. But we just need Evil to come back. I know he has the shattered orbital socket, so we'll see. We'll see when he comes back. And then we have match 4. Chucky T, Yoshihashi, Hiroki Goto, the never openweight champion, against Kota Ibushi, Bad Luck Fale, and Chase Owens. The match, before the match begins, Fale attacks the ring announcer, and we got another fun and entertaining match. David Finlay joined the commentary at this time, but we got another fun and entertaining match. Really, really entertaining. Everyone had a chance to shine here. Everybody got their moves in, their spots in. Chase Owens has really, really been impressive during the New Japan Cup, and him and Ibushi, like I said, they've become a fun little team. And I guess Bad Luck Fale and Chase Owens, they're Team Kennedy. They're Team Kenny on the Bullet Club because they're teaming with Kota Ibushi, and there's no tension there. So Fale and Chase Owens are apparently Team Kenny when it comes to the Bullet Club. But really, really fun match, like I said. Everybody hit good spots, but in the end, Goto hits the GTR on Chase Owens, and Chucky T, Yoshihashi, Hiroki Goto, otherwise known as Chaos, the Chaos faction, defeats Kota Ibushi, Bullet Club members Bad Luck Fale, and Chase Owens. So really, really good. Fast pace from the start and never really slowed down. Great stuff here. The second match 5 was a match I was kind of looking forward to as well. But I was a little disappointed again. Minoru Suzuki and Takashi Iizuka against Kazuchika Okada, the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Let me point out that Suzuki is the IWGP Intercontinental Champion. So it's Okada and his partner Gato against Suzuki and Iizuka. And the match was good. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Iizuka or Iizuka, whatever his name is. His wild man biting gimmick is not a big thing, and in the end, Suzuki hit the gotch pile driver on Gato for the victory, but the match was okay. At best, nothing really special. I would have popped if Suzuki got the win over Okada, if he hit the gotch pile driver on Okada and got the victory, kind of setting up an Okada-Suzuki match down the road, which I'm sure we'll see eventually, but the match was okay. Suzuki and Okada, after the match, they got into each other's faces, they had a little stare-off, and they both held up their titles. So maybe it's setting up a Minoru Suzuki versus Kazuchika Okada match down the road for the IWG. Could be a title versus title match. Who knows? But we'll see. They did have that big stare down, and I wouldn't be surprised if another month or so Okada is defending the IWGP Heavyweight Championship against Minoru Suzuki, and that would be an absolutely sick match. If that takes place. And then match 6. We had my personal favorite, Hiromu Takahashi. Los Ingobernables de Japan. Bushi, Sanada, Tetsuya Naito, and Hiromu Takahashi taking on Suzuki Gun, Desperado, Yoshinobu, Kanemaru, both currently the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, Zack Sabre Jr. and Taka Michinoku. And this was a good match, giving us a preview, of course, of Sanada versus Zack Sabre Jr., which should be an absolutely just crazy, nutty, tremendously great, phenomenal match. It's a good match, good action between everyone involved. Taka Michinoku takes the loss for his team. Bushi hits the MX while he is on Hiromu Takahashi had Taka Michinoku on his shoulders, and all these names. Bushi hits the MX, Doomsday MX, I think they called it. They got the victory over Taka Michinoku. But yeah, so it was a good match. Wow, just thinking of Sanada versus Zack Sabre Jr. I lost my train of thought because I'm thinking of Sanada versus Zack Sabre Jr. That's going to be a tremendous match. But I'll get to that one in a second. I'm going to pick a winner for that one, but I'll get to that one in a second. But after this match, Bushi and Takahashi, they brawled with Kanemaru and Desperado. Of course, Kanemaru and Desperado, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. But here comes a Show and Yo from Roppongi Vice. They come in and they clear the ring and they take them all out. They cut an in-ring promo, and looks like Show and Yo want their titles back. So Show and Yo, Roppongi 3K, make their return and take them all out, and they want their titles back. So they're back in the picture. And I'm sure they'll get the title shot really soon. Looking forward to this. Bushi and Hiromu Takahashi make a great team. But I want to see Show and Yo against Kanemaru and Desperado again. I love the team of Show and Yo, and hope they get the titles back. Great tag team there. But then let's go to the first semifinal match: Juice Robinson against Hiroshi Tanahashi. Speaking of which, Sanada versus Zack Sabre Jr. I'm gonna. Oh God, I know I said Zack Sabre Jr. might win it all, but I'm thinking I'm gonna go with Sanada. Sanada's gonna win. But Sanada's going to win that semifinal match. But Juice Robinson taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi, first semifinal match, and it was an absolutely great main event as expected. This, New Japan Pro Wrestling is without a doubt, no questions asked, hands down, the best professional wrestling company in the world. Forget the WWE. WWE doesn't come close. They might have the WWE might have the most money. The WWE. I'm sorry, I'm shuffling papers here. But the WWE might have the most money. They have, they're hoarding talent, for NXT and 205 Live and whatever the hell else they do. But they're not the best wrestling promotion in the world. New Japan Pro Wrestling is the best wrestling promotion in the world, because there's another terrific main event, and they went all out, Tanahashi and Juice Robinson, and such a tremendous match. It started out, with the filling out process, exchange of moves, Tanahashi starting to work on the knee, and then it may have started slow, but then it just picked up, and we got such a tremendous main event. Such great suspense here. It could have gone either way. I had no idea who was going to win. And I'm watching, and it's like so many near falls again. Juice Robinson is just so damn good. He's just so damn good, as is Hiroshi Tanahashi. Both so good, and just going back and forth and trading strikes. There was trading strikes at one point, and Juice trying to go for Pulp Friction, his finisher, but he can't quite seem to get it, and number of near falls as well. And finally, Tanahashi hits a dragon suplex on Juice Robinson, and he goes up and he hits a frog splash. And he hits a second frog splash. 2 frog splashes in a row. I think he calls it the high fly flow. I think I read that somewhere, but I'm going to call it frog splash because I'm not sure. But he hit 2 big frog splashes on Juice Robinson and finally gets the victory. And Hiroshi Tanahashi moves on to the finals of the New Japan Cup. But good gosh, what a tournament this has been so far. And we're not even over yet. We still have one more semifinal match, and then the final match, and all the other matches that they'll be having on the card as well. Just tremendous. Tanahashi, the fans love Tanahashi, and he stays in the ring afterward. He talks and he does this little thing, and the fans love it. Like I said, he's like a movie star. He's a huge baby face. As is Juice Robinson, and they shook hands and they embraced after the match, of course. But Juice Robinson has been just tremendous in this tournament, and the whole tournament has been fantastic. And when I signed up for New Japan Pro Wrestling World, it's I was expecting good matches, but this is far and above what I've expected. Just like I said, New Japan Pro Wrestling is the absolute best professional wrestling on the planet. Nothing comes close. You got Ring of Honor is second, but New Japan Pro Wrestling, best professional wrestling promotion on the planet, and they're just making their way into the United States now. We got the big card coming up, Strong Style Evolved, which, by the way, we're going to see Yoshihashi and Kenny Omega taking on the Young Bucks, which should be tremendous match. But let's stay at the New Japan Cup for now, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that next week. But like I said, this great tournament. I'm looking there, and they have a lot of tournaments like this. They get the World Tag League tournament. The Best of the Super Juniors are coming up, which I hope that Flip Gordon is involved in. But great stuff. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's really, like I said, become my absolute favorite promotion in the world, and I'm enjoying every single moment of these New Japan Pro Wrestling cards. Some of the matches, like I said, were okay, but most of them are just tremendous. And great stuff. And we still got Sanada and Zack Sabre Jr. coming up, and then we got the finals. So we still got, and I love the way they do the tournaments. They could do it in one night, but they spread it out. It's great stuff. They're great stuff. And it's just, the suspense is like killing me. Like, who's gonna win, man? Is it Zack Sabre Jr. or Sanada? But whatever happens, it's gonna be a great match. And I think all the fans are gonna win. Anyone watching is gonna win, basically. So there you have it. So I apologize again for my lack of Ring of Honor this week. But I'll bounce back next week. But I think I made up for it with the New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I'll be back next week, and we'll talk. I'll discuss Sanada versus Zack Sabre Jr. and the finals, Hiroshi Tanahashi against the winner of Zack Sabre Jr. and Sanada, and we'll talk about that card as well. And we got the 18th, and Strong Style Evolved is coming up next week as well, so probably won't be able to talk about it on the next podcast. We'll have to wait for the following podcast for that one. I think it's the 25th, but that's it. I'm going to wrap this up, so I'm just going to say thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. My name is Lewis Carlin. This has been the Pro Wrestling Personified podcast, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Ring of Honor edition of the Pro Wrestling Personified podcast. And until next time, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. Stay safe, everybody. Bye-bye.